Hey you guys, I gotta take a salt, taking a salt and taking a salt, salt. Yeah, you don't eat salt bath. Well, salt jacuzzi like that, you guys. Need like a lot of these cups. I got a big bathtub. So it's just sea salt. And I gotta use some baking soda too. It's a big bathtub, you guys. You see, salt in the bathtub, and I gotta put very hot water, you know. Fills up like that. So I just let that run. All right, y'all.
I believe I ran to sleep. Left the poison, kept my dignity. They label me without a crime, but I watched the same.
Hey you guys, what's going on? I'm here today, right now, and I want to talk about health. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get older, my age. See, you seen earlier, I had to make a salt and baking soda bath because, you know, we took a 2-hour walk yesterday, and I haven't walked in some weeks. You know what I mean? So it takes a lot out of you, and then I have to remember something myself that, you know, I'm not healing as fast as I would normally heal at. You know what I mean? So I have to take other precautions. You know. So I made this salt water, baking soda, you know, tub, right? And it's necessary for you when you get my age. I'm 64, we'll soon be 65. And it's necessary that you start taking care of yourself, pampering yourself, you know, exercising those muscles. Now I know because I haven't walked in, I don't know, weeks. So we did a 2-hour walk yesterday, you know, and I woke up a little sore, no doubt. Now, Let me explain what I did though. Before I got, because I knew I was going to do a lot of press fire. Before, I initiated this. I took my my magnesium glycine. Now this is what I take in the morning before I do a big sweat, and I take B100 and I take a zinc. Right? Can you see that? Yeah, the zinc. And what I end up doing is I'll drink, like I told you, we changed the water filters all around in the house yesterday. So I'll be drinking purified water, along with, took the vitamins 30 minutes before you came in the tub so they get into your system. See? And you gotta drink some purified water. And for potassium, I have this coconut. Okay? Now, reason why I'm bringing this up, man, and the reason why it's necessary for me to bring this up is because old age will sneak up on you. And then the next thing you know, you'll be stuck in the house. Your mobility be gone. Now, I had planned on doing a whole, and this is a 5-year journey, you guys. I was going to do a whole body makeover for 5 years. Try to get get through the chopper. Try to get like Arnold. And before that even happens, this is because I gave my doctor a plan as to what I wanted to do. So he told me, 1 minute, you guys. So he told me I'm going to have to, because of my age, I'm going to have to do 1 year of what we call physical information about me. So so before I can start this regimen, what we already started it. And I have to take 3 blood tests, one every 90 days. Okay? One every 3 months to see if anything changed. Then I had to do 3, stress tests, heart stress tests, So I already got 1 did. I'm trying to get the EKG back from this hospital. We had put in our request back on Monday and no word. So I'm gonna have to go down there and get the EKG for that. So we have to do that 3 times, And I'm talking about, we did everything from prostate to heart to brain, and he has to do that 3 times for a whole year, every 3 months to compare. And then I'll get the okay to start this regimen, right? And they check for everything, man. They check me for, what was it? Testosterone, because it's a lot of stuff that you have to take. Because given my age, I'm going to need 3 times as much protein as I would have used, say, 15 years ago. Because the protein that you're taking is, at my age, I'm 64 now. And by the time I start what I wanted to initiate, I'll be 65. And then at that age, your protein, your body is not grabbing enough of it. So you have to triple up on it. So in the meantime, what we're doing is we're working on a diet, that will give me maximum protein, right? So we were we had developed, me and my wife got together, and along with AI, and we had got together and came up with it's a green mixture. I'm not gonna, I can give it to you. It's made with spirulina and what we call that stuff we get, and spirulina and mango. No, not mango. It's spirulina and it's another green leaf that you can eat. And along with that, it'll come to me. And along with that would be avocado for fats. And those two drinks, helps with your protein intake. Plus, if I were eating 4 eggs, I have to double them up to 8 eggs now. To catch the protein. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And now, after sweating, right? After sitting here sweating and soaking out, now I told you what I took earlier, right? I told you, we took about 30 minutes before I got in the tub, I took the magnesium glycates, B100, and zinc. And I drink the coconut and the water. Now, after I get out, I'll eat a couple of eggs over easy and a couple of cans of sardines, right? Sardines and olive oil. Then I'll take my CoQ10s, right? And my omega 3s. They help out, just to, I'll take my MK7s. Now they say, why are you taking the MK7, Margaret? Because I got to take vitamin D. So if I take vitamin D supplements, and I'm only going to take 4,000 milligrams of it because we did a lot of walking in the sun yesterday. But I'm only going to take 4,000 of these and one of these, K2, because that regulates, and then for good measure, I really take black seed oil. Yeah, and there's something I do take on a daily, but I can't, I don't take these on a daily. No, this is every other day, because like the B100s got 100 milligrams of everything in it. And if you get too much B6, it can cause some mess up. So you don't take B100s every day. Matter of fact, I don't recommend that you take any vitamin every day, depending on the dosage. I really don't. My doctor recommended that, and it's not for no erectile dysfunction or nothing, because it helps with prostate. It helps with prostate and strokes and all this sort of shit. And that's a male enhancement, it's a male enhancement drug. Now you got to remember something, man. Cinefil is the main ingredient in all these male enhancement products. But it was basically first designed for people with bad hearts, high blood pressure, things such as that. That's what it was designed for. And then it come to find out, not only does that, but it'll give you a woolly when you need to. So anyway, but a low dosage, he told me to take, he wants me to do this every time I take my vitamins too. A low dosage of, a male enhancement, you know what I mean? Which keeps your blood pressure down. Now look, I am no medical doctor. So let's get that straight. All right, let's just get that straight. I'm not a medical doctor, and what works for me may not work for you. Now, can we agree to that? What works for me may not work for you. That's what they call do your own research. Don't let somebody in a white lab coat, make determinations about your body. when there's all kind of information out there that could, that you can tap into, and learn. You learn what you are deficient in and what's necessary for you to survive. You try to fill that deficiency so you can keep you can keep the things going that you need to go. You know what I'm saying? Well, I've been trying to give y'all a morning a morning schedule when what I have to do, especially a day after a 2 hour walk. You know what I mean? And these 2 hour walks wasn't just flat. It was up some hills, down some hills, around the corner. It was a good 2 hours, and for me not to have had exercise, in the past weeks, and I was laid up about a week and a half, about 10 days about the knee, so, and then before that, we were, constantly busy with the book, and the podcast and things such as that. So I didn't get a chance to put it in. So when I finally got a chance to put it in, I was just only supposed to do 45 minutes now. But we ended up doing 2 hours. So now I have to soak in that mixture you seen me make earlier and try to get it. Because you have to understand, and this is something I have to understand that I really don't. I'm not healing as fast as I used to. Yeah, it's like, and now I look, this regimen that I'm going on, that my doctor gonna make sure that I can complete, because he's checking me out from the tips of my hair to my toenails, making sure that, this exercise regimen, because he would like some publicity himself too, right? Don't get it wrong, You know what I'm saying? He was my doctor on this journey that I transformed my 65-year-old body into Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it'd be interesting because I'm going to take you guys with me on that journey. But it's like this. Okay, now the year's up. Now I'm still doing a little resistance. I'm not doing a lot, remember. I'm trying to be fair to you guys and fair to myself by having a set routine. But by the time I go, and that would probably be right around the time that I'm 66, that's when I'll go join a gym so I can get a trainer. But between 65 and 66, I'm going to be, walking and exercising on my own to get into some kind of rhythm. Because if you ever notice, you guys, when you start buying these gym memberships, you ain't in no shape to be actually trying to go to gym. You probably work out, 20 minutes and that's it? And you done paid all this? No. See, I have to be in somewhat of a regimental shape. I got some dumbbells here, and I basically know how to do push-ups and walk and do things like that and swim. So I want to have a general sense of being in shape before I initiate what we call massive weight training with a trainer. I want to get my money's worth. So I won't start that until I'm 66. And I have to see some endurance and some personal improvement on my own. And I'm talking about not just as far as lifting, but as far as trying to stay in a set schedule. You dig what I'm saying? And letting my muscles heal. And then you rip them and then you got to let them heal. But they're not going to heal as fast as they used to back when I was, playing ball in school and all of that shit. Now, at 65, those muscles going to rip. And they might stay ripped a while. So you're going to have to, ease into it. And ice baths and these hot jacuzzi baths are your best friend for those healing moments. I'm telling you. So that's something to look forward to. And you guys, look here. You need to go to my wife's cooking channel. She cooks healthy. All right, with healthy ingredients and healthy food. It's called Glass of Beer. 1, 2, 3. All right, she'll put it right here in the description. And we also sell a lot of Thai beauty products. From everything from eyelashes to toenail polish. From the tips of your hair to your toenails, she sells everything in between. And, and they also have female enhancement products too. So, when you girls feel like the spark is just left, well, we got something to spark it back up with. Yeah, and go to her page. It's Glass of Beer 123, and you'll see some beauty products. She might start putting some on my page too. I'm not sure. And that's Crook Without a Crime. I mean, I got a page on Facebook, but that would probably be the wrong genre for me. I don't know. I'm not sure how this might work out. But go to Amazon Kindle, man, and buy my book, Crook Without a Crime. Conversation with AI. Taking some of my finest work. Then you got Crook Without a Crime, a lie can't live forever. Then you got my first one, A Crook Without a Crime, a story of justice in San Francisco. Now, I realize a lot of people don't like to read, especially when they got to read off their phone and shit like that. So we developed audio books. That's right. You can go to Spotify right now and get these audio books. So, shameless plug. And I'm noticing you guys are not liking and subscribing. Even my women customers. Now, what's going on with y'all, man? We selling women beauty products. You get to look at this handsome man naked in the tub. My wife edits this stuff, right? So I had to make her a promise that I would not use blue language anymore. I wouldn't curse anymore because some of the people that would like to sponsor us, are, what can I say, apprehensive because I speak in tones like Bernie Mac, and that's not kosher today. So she made me a promise that I wouldn't get as passionate as I usually do and just start, using some inflammatory words that could, make me look a certain way. So I agree. Oh, I'm gonna tell you something, you guys. There's nothing better than an ice cold coconut sitting in a hot tub. Now I'm finna make some bubbles. So it's gonna make some noise, so y'all just hold on tight. This is a jacuzzi tub. But I put a little bubble bath in here too, because I like the smell, But when I turn on the jacuzzi, it just makes a gigantic bubble bath. But it's all right, because it helps me clean the tub, anyway, when you get up out of it, the bubbles and the bubble bath. Love a bubble bath, y'all. Wow. So, that's what we discussing this time, you guys. This is really about your health at a certain age. Now, everything I said, it has to make sense to you. I can't talk about, stress is a reality of life. And that's real talk. That's a reality of life, stress. You will stress. But what you stress over is two different things on how you stress. They say after you reach a certain age and you're not receiving enough protein because you're not burning. Look, if you're gonna start healing, you got to put more proteins in your body. Now, spirulina is a plant that has all the essential proteins. Plus, there's another plant, and I cannot quite. And we pick it's out there anyway. We pick it all the time. It's called let me ask my wife. Hey, Ben, what's the name of that plant we pick? What's the name of the plant that we pick?
Money tree?
No, the plant that we pick.
Moringa?
Moringa. That's it, you guys. So we're gonna make it. So she's gonna make me a spirulina and a moringa, along with avocado shake, because you can get a lot of protein out of those green things. You know what I'm saying? Without clogging you up with a bunch of, I don't know, non-essential calories. Because they say, you know, a spirulina shake has more protein in it than a steak. So, and your body is going to need that. So it's spirulina, moringa, and avocado for the fats. So that's your shake of the day. Now, I'm dealing with something else too that might interfere, but it might not, because you know, he hasn't mentioned it. My doctor hasn't mentioned it. Hold on for a minute. And that's my consumption of spirits, of alcohol, of Grey Goose, of beer. You know, would that interfere? How it would interfere? You know, I call myself being you know, somewhat of a responsible drinker. You know, I'm still drinking, but I'm talking about a responsible drinker. Like, I won't drink nothing but vodka, and after vodka, I won't drink nothing but Grey Goose. Okay, it ain't like I'm drinking a whole fifth a night, you know, or anything such as that, or anything even close to that. But I am consuming. And, you know, I might drink, you know, 4 or 5 beers in a day, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know how that'll play a part in, because sometimes when I drink the beer, it fills me up, so I don't have to necessarily be filling my face full of calories. But now, since I'm starting this new regimen, I'm going to have to replace the beer with that moringa shake that I told you about. Now, given the fact that I'm at my age, now usually when we used to work out in the earlier days, you would eat before you start your resistant regimen. But now, the new rules is you're supposed to eat within a 2-hour window after you lift weights. You know? So that's about it, you guys. It's gonna have to be cut short. See, I got a phone call over here and it's just not going away. I don't like phone calls. Phone calls always say something's going on, especially when you get them phone calls from America you don't want to get. All right, so let me see. That's about it. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Later, Gators.